Hello everyone, my name is Jaycob Phillips and I am in University 101 Section 3 of the fall semester, and today I'm just going to be talking to you about my proposal called Baked Goods for a Good Cause. So first off, just a couple project goals that we'd want to achieve. The first main goal should be to raise awareness about the effects of breast cancer. One way or another, it might not be breast cancer, but I know my family's been affected by cancer in many different types of ways. I know that most of the people in their families have been affected by cancer, not just breast cancer. But since October was Breast Cancer Awareness Month for breast cancer, I just think it'd be fitting if we would just keep rolling right into it in the month of November and so on. But secondly, it's to raise money to be donated to the Susan G. Komen Foundation. And this is obviously just a great foundation for breast cancer awareness, and I think it would just be fitting if we would donate that to that specific foundation. And of course, one of our main goals is we want to have student and community involvement. Our project justification, we'll be providing baked goods at the festival after the 5K run as a way to raise money. Donations would also be acceptable if they don't want a treat. So really just the idea is we're just going to be providing baked goods after the run. Of course, after you run a 5K, you're going to be hungry, you're going to want something to eat or something to drink. So this would be a good way to raise money for the donations. This also, provides, like I said, provides runners with a snack after the run, along with the opportunity to help a good cause. People are more willing to buy things if it's for a good cause. So obviously this would be just an excellent opportunity for us to do that after the 5K run. Now, the LLOs, the different LLOs that we want to accomplish, obviously, creativity, and we'll get more into depth in this as we go along, but creativity, we'll have to have flyers, recipes, decorations. We don't want our table just to look generic. We want it to be creative and decorative and those type of things. Communication, we want to be able to communicate with different classmates about different ideas. This isn't just set in stone. Of course, we're going to be talking about it later on in this semester, the fall semester. Handing out brochures, we have to be able to communicate when handing out brochures to people and talking to them about why we want them to donate to this cause. Ethical practice, that's just being honest about what we are bringing to the bake sale. Different people, different groups are going to be bringing different things to this bake sale. So therefore, we need to be honest about what we're bringing and be truthful. Don't show up the day of and not have anything. So it's an important cause, and we want to be honest about what we're bringing. Fourth, inquiry and critical thinking kind of run together. I think this is critical thinking, just finding a way to help those who are in need, which is, not always the easiest thing to do, but critical thinking, I think this is a great way to help people who are in need, those who have been affected by breast cancer, and just raising awareness about it. And most importantly, the donations aren't going to myself or any of the classmates or anything of that nature. It's all going to go to the Susan G. Komen Foundation. Lastly is citizenship, using the bake sale and the website to give back to the community. So, of course, we want to use this bake sale and we want to use the website, which I'll get more in depth about here in a minute, to give back to the community. All right, now project plan. Just a long story short on the project plan. First of all, what we want to do is we want to set a fundraising goal. Set up a website and begin collecting donations by March 15th of next year. Now, you're probably wondering what is the website that you keep talking about, and I will explain that here in just a second. But our first objective should be to set a fundraising goal. Secondly, this could be just myself. If a couple classmates want to go along with me, or somebody would rather go instead of me, just have, one or two, three people go to the Susan G. Komen office in Charleston to get brochures and information to hand out. Preferably, we'd want to do this a little over a month before, I would say. So about around March the 1st, we'd go visit the office, get some information on how to fundraise better, and pick up the brochures that we will be able to hand out to people at the festival. And thirdly, register for a fundraising website through Susan G. Komen. Now, we'd want to do this between March the 1st and March 15th. That still gives us about a month window. But the thing about the Susan G. Komen is we could establish a website where people could just donate to that website. We could take people to this website and say, hey, this is for a good cause. If you would donate to this website, this would bring awareness to breast cancer, and it would help those who are truly in need. So we'll set up that fundraising website through Susan G. Komen, which all that money will be going to them. Fourth, we'll establish a list of baked goods for each person to bring to the sale. That will be about March 31st. That's about a week in advance. The reason I want to keep a list of the baked goods is because that helps keep everyone accountable. And I think this is a good project for everybody to stay accountable, because if somebody signs up and they don't bring what they're supposed to, you can say, well, that person didn't participate in the project. So having a list of baked goods and having it a week or two in advance, that keeps everyone accountable. Also need to gather decorations for the table. Like I said, we want our table to be appealing. We want people to come to it. So we need to have decorations. Classmates can work on posters. We will need to bring pink tablecloths, pink cups, pink napkins, etc. All the necessary things for the food distribution. And we also need to establish a price list for the baked goods. And that shouldn't take too long to do. $1 or $2 for each thing, or so on. But we need to establish a price list about a week in advance also. Fifth, the day before the event, bring in all the goods, get the tables and chairs ready. That's just a day before, April 6th, a day before the event's happening. That way we're not scrambling around trying to figure out, well, where's this at, or why didn't this person bring this? We'll have it all there, all ready the day before. And then number 6, and finally, the day of the bake sale, which is, of course, April 7th of next year. We'll set up and decorate the table. Give us a couple hours before the festival actually begins. And I would like everybody to wear a pink t-shirt. If they don't have one, maybe I could get one, or we could work something out. But I would love if everybody could wear a pink t-shirt, since our theme is, a pink out, that, we could just all wear the color pink. Now our resources. Now these resources can be negotiable too. I just kind of played the numbers in my mind. 1 to 2 tables. We don't need 4 or 5 tables to do this. Just things where we can set up brochures, set up our food. 4 more chairs. Like I said, we just want 3 or 4 people in a group maybe doing their job. Just have 4 chairs for people to set up and hand out goods and things. At least 5 gallons of pink lemonade. I figure a lot of people will be thirsty, and a lot of people will be willing to drink something, so we'll need a lot of pink lemonade. Variety of baked goods, minimum of 10 dozen. People will pick and choose what kind of baked goods they want to make. Tablecloths, decorations, the cups and the napkins. Like I said, we just all want it to be a pink out, and we just want our table to look appealing. Now, our possible constraints would be the weather. Of course, this bake sale would be to its fullest potential if the day was sunny, no wind, no rain, all that. That would be the perfect day. But a possible constraint would be weather on the day of the event, which is something I'm definitely praying that we would have clear and no wind. Volunteers not showing up or not bringing things they signed up for. This would be, very important. We need all the volunteers, we need all the classmates to be there to show up, or this won't be as successful or live up to the potential that it could be. So another constraint would be people not showing up and people not bringing what they signed up for. Now, just a literature review. One of the literature review websites that I looked at was breastcancer.org, and this is just kind of shocking statistics to me when you look at it. But in 2017, 1 in 8 U.S. women, in other words, 252,710 new cases of invasive breast cancer are expected to be diagnosed. You just think 1 in 8 U.S. women. It's just a scary statistic to think about, and that just makes it all the more reason why this project is important and why it should, raise awareness. Secondly, of course, I looked at Komen.org, where we'll do our website through and most of our donations through. Susan G. Komen's foundation is to end breast cancer. This website details how to fundraise for a cure. So definitely this will be one of the main websites we would need to look at. And there is the address, 319 Washington Street in Charleston. They'll provide brochures, support, give us ideas that will make our fundraiser more successful. Also looked at fundraisinghelp.com. I've never really done a full-out fundraiser like this, so I think it'd be good to look at some common fundraising mistakes that we might face. Examples could include a lack of planning. If we just, this idea can go above and beyond what we can think. If we just limit ourselves and we don't plan, then it won't be as successful as what it could be. So lack of planning, not recruiting enough help, in other words, classmates not participating, a lack of publicity. If people don't really hand out the brochures or, use social media. Social media is a great way. But if people don't use the different routes that we could go and we just kind of lean back and not be active with it, then that could be one of the big mistakes in our fundraiser. Lastly, rd.com, treats you should never bring to a bake sale. Now, this is also really important. This could include peanut butter cookies. A lot of people are allergic to peanut butter. Those are things that we want to try to avoid probably. Treats with any type of surprise ingredients. We don't want any types of surprises. Just normal, chocolate chip or anything of that kind. No peanut butter, no surprise ingredients. Raw cookie dough. We don't want things being raw. And cookies with raisins. Like I said, people are allergic to different types of things, so we want to stay away from it. And as my presentation, I hope that everybody enjoys this. I think this can be above and beyond what we can, think or imagine. We just got to be really active in it, and I think it's for a great cause. Susan G. Komen will be more than happy to help us out with this fundraiser, and I think they would really be appreciative of the donations.